Hey guys, it's Rahim. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, smash the subscribe button because I talk about property investment, personal development, and how to gain financial freedom. What I'm about to share with you will transform the way you holiday. For those who don't know me, my name is Rahim. I am no day different to you before I started my property investment journey just over 7 years ago. Working as an accountant, working seriously long hours in a job where I was undervalued, underappreciated, going nowhere. So I was fed up of it. I took my finances into my own hand. I started my property investment journey with little to none of my own money to building a £1 million property investment portfolio before the age 30. And I became the first millionaire in my peer group. So I do that by renting properties from struggling landlord and subsequently rent those properties on a room by room basis or on a nightly basis. So I use the money I make from those rental property to start buying my own investment properties. And those investment properties have now grown to a multi-million pound property investment portfolio. And I was able to do that in less than 5 years. So that is my evidence to show you that I have something worth saying about what I'm about to share with you. In this video, I'm going to share with you how it is more expensive to go on holiday than it is to invest in property. So if you're one of those who are saying, I do not have money, this video is for you. It will transform the way you think about holiday and the way you think about investment properties. So in order to get benefit of this video, I'd advise you to stay until the end because I can spell out the benefits and disadvantages of going on holiday, as well as the benefit and disadvantages in investing in property. And most importantly, you will learn how investing in property does not require loads and lots of money to start your investment journey. Before we get to that, I'd like to thank everybody who's been part of the family. The family is growing immensely. The YouTube channel is growing. All our social media is literally growing. So thank you. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate your generosity. I really appreciate you watching my content as well. So thank you. We've done a research. We've realized 65% of the people that are watching my content have not hit that subscribe button. If you are one of those, I kindly ask you to pause the video or whilst you're watching to smash that subscribe button, and whilst you're there, hit the like button as well so the algorithm will push the videos to wider and wider audiences. Have you done it? Fantastic. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I've got a promise to make. I promise to deliver valuable, actionable content that would allow you to make, manage, and multiply income through investment properties and other businesses that would allow you to live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Let's get to it. You see, there are lots of people that goes on holiday in the UK, especially the weather is not great and it's always grey, raining, and it's always cold. You know, most Brits like to go on holiday. So look, doing my research, we found out most Brits like to go on holiday in Spain. So Spain is literally up there. It is the #1 destination for the British. So this video and the analysis will be based on Spain versus an investment property in the UK. Suppose it's summertime now, school has closed, the kids want to go on holiday, they want to go swimming, want to visit the beach, and they want to go somewhere really nice. As a family of 4, suppose we got a couple with 2 kids, so they would want to go on holiday, aren't they? Especially when the kids been in school for say 6, 7, or maybe 8 months. You want to change scenery and you want to go on holiday. But some of us do not realize how much this holiday cost us. So in this video, that's what I'm going to be shining my light on. And here's the thing, I'm not shining this light to stop you from going on holiday. It is in order for you to learn what you could do now to enable you to go on holiday without worrying about your pocket or without going into debt only to please your family. So in essence, I must warn you, I'm not sharing this video to stop you from going on holiday, but however, it is to show you what you could do with the money that you use to go on holiday, to make you income that will pay for the holidays that you'll be going in the future. Let's get to it. So now we've got to discuss Spain is the holiday destination for the Brits. Let's now look at where they go on holiday. So based on our research, we realized the British love Malaga. Malaga is amazing. It's a beautiful destination. Literally, lots of British goes onto Malaga. So what we're gonna do, let's go on, do a real search, not pre-recorded search, to see how much hotels are charging for a family of 4 to stay on a 2-week holiday. Let's get to it. Okay, so let's say we are traveling to Malaga, okay? Most people use booking.com. Booking.com is one of the biggest platforms where you can go and book hotels and accommodations. So let's go to booking.com. So we are in booking.com, and we know the holidays start from July, maybe the 22nd or the 23rd of July, I think it is. So let's say we're going to Malaga on that date. So let's say the date would be, of course, we're not just going to leave after the school closes. Maybe we want to go maybe a day or two later, or maybe even a few days later. Let's take a date of the 26th of July. So let's go 26th of July. Okay, and we're coming back on the 9th of August, just before the school holiday finishes. So 2 adults, 2 children. Let's say we've got 4-year-old and we've got a 6-year-old. Okay, so because hotels would be cheaper, so obviously it's ideal to filter it to hotel. And obviously because you're traveling with children, you want to go where there's water, swimming pool, something that looks really nice, where you and your children can soak on, especially if the weather is really, really beautiful. So we've got Salas Hotels Malaga here. We have Sol de Guadalmar. We have Molina, Lario. We have various, but all of these are a bit expensive. Okay, so what I advise us to do is to look at this one here. Okay, let's look at Sales Hotel Malaga. So we click on that. Maybe we like that. Okay, that one looks beautiful, and obviously it's got the swimming pool here, and obviously it gives us a family suite as well. So you can see here, look at the photos. You know, it looks beautiful, isn't it? It looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the swimming pool there. It's a rooftop swimming pool, or maybe jacuzzi, however you call it. So you've got obviously the dining areas, you've got the sitting areas. It speaks and looks absolutely amazing, whilst it's still reasonable, because it's about, as we just looked at, it's just about £3,000 for the 14 days. So it's £3,400. So let's say we were to book this hotel. So we're gonna put that here now, stay. Okay, the stay for our hotel would be 3,461. So that's for the 14 nights of stay. So now what we could do after we've got our hotels, now we're gonna look for flights, aren't we? So it's more reasonable now for us to look for the flight, because we know we've got the property already. We have the hotel where we're going. So let's say we're traveling from London. Okay, London Hall. London Hall gives us an opportunity to search for cheaper airports to fly from. So let's say now we're going to Malaga. Okay, we're going to Malaga, Spain, and then we're going to do the departure date. We know our departure date is the 26th of July. So if we go 26th of July, and we are returning on the 9th of August. Okay, so we are 2 adults and we have 2 children. Okay, so what we're now going to do, we're going to search for flights. So why am I doing it individually? I'm doing it individually without the hotels, because it tends to be a bit cheaper. Okay, doing it that way. So now we've got tickets here. Okay, we have them here. So outbound, the 26th, we can choose either leaving 5 in the morning, which is a bit early. So if you've got children, really, you don't want to wake up at that time of the day. Maybe you want to look for this ticket here. 11:40 gives you time to prepare with your kids to get you to the airport. So we choose that date. So now we're going to look at our return ticket. So our return, we know, is the 9th, which is a Friday. So again, we've got 6 p.m. It's a bit early. If you've got kids, so maybe we want to go for something cheaper again. Maybe we want to start from, we're gonna go for that price there. So that then gives us the return as well. So what we do, and then obviously then we've got that amount there. We continue. So once we've continued, it takes us to the basket. Again, they have all this upsell. Assuming that we're not going to do any upsell, nothing like that. We're just going for a basic luggage. We don't want anything else to be added there. Basically, we just need to get our hand luggages there. So in total, that flight would cost us £1,241.92. So now what we're going to do, we're going to copy that figure there. Okay, we're going to add that in our stay amount. Okay, so now we've got that amount there, so we're going to do flight here. Flight. Okay, so let's now say, because we're staying there for about 14 nights, then obviously we want to take our kids out, and obviously we want to go for a meal, and we might not even go for a meal, we'll be paying for our food as well. So let's say food, let's look at food first. Let's say you spend about maybe £150 a day. Okay, this is just in food, so you times that by 14 days, that gives you your £2,100. Okay, and obviously you want to take your children out to some fun games or stuff like that. Let's say you spend about, in recreational, let's say funds, let's say recreation, let's say you spend about, maybe you're one of those parents that are very shabby with spending. Let's say you spend about, let's say about maybe give or take £60 a day. So let's say you only went for 7 days and the rest is just sightseeing. Okay, so we do 7 days there. Okay, that then takes us a total expense of £7,222. So this is just you and your family going on holiday. Okay, I haven't talked about you dining in with you and your wife, getting the kids to be looked after by someone else. I've just gone for the basic holiday here. In essence, the average Brit spends £7,222.92 per holiday. That's what you spend. So now you may be thinking, that is kind of cheap when you think about it, especially if you've got more than 3 kids, right? You'll be thinking that's a bit cheap, but that's not the goal I'm getting at here. What I'm getting at is what you could be spending, is to give an idea of how much you could spend when you are going on holiday. Okay, and then obviously most people, they either pay this in payment plan, but they still end up paying it. And some people sadly took credit cards or go take loans to pay for these holidays only because they want mommy to be happy, or they want daddy to be happy, or they want kids to be happy. Okay, they come back home loaded with debt, and then obviously it causes a bit of a trouble in the relationship. Here's what you could do instead. Looking at that £7,000, £222.92, once you've spent it, that's it, it's gone. Literally is gone. If you're taking a debt, you end up paying for that debt every single month until it pays off. So it doesn't bring you anything. It's gone, it's done. Maybe after that your wife or your husband wants to go on another holiday. So what you do, you go through the same cycle again, looking for holidays, trying to spend that money every single year, thinking, oh, I haven't got money to invest in property, not knowing you're spending all that money in going on holiday. So let's do this instead. So what you could do, instead of spending all that money to go on holiday this year, you could do this by going in looking for properties to rent. I'm not asking you to buy properties here, by the way. I'm talking about going out in the market looking for properties to rent. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're going online looking for properties to rent, and what you then do, you subsequently rent that property out on a nightly basis, similar to what you've done for when you go on holiday. So let's look for a reasonable place, a place like Newcastle, for example. So what we could do is, okay, now we want to invest in a house in Newcastle that we can rent per night. Instead of us being the guest to pay, this time around we'll be the host that they pay. So we're changing the formula here. I hope this is making sense. So what we then do, we're going to go to a famous website called Rightmove. Okay, let's hit Rightmove. Let's say then, as I said, we're investing in Newcastle. Okay, let's say we go into Newcastle. Okay, Newcastle upon Tyne, that's one of the biggest ones there, and then you hit that for rent. So let's say we're staying in Newcastle, we're not going anywhere. Let's say we're looking for a 2-bedroom to maximum 3-bedroom house, and then let's say anything, basically anything that comes up, we could do what we set ourselves to do. So what we then do, we look at properties. So obviously this is a featured ad, you might not want to go for that one, so perhaps you don't want to go for that one. Then you look for something reasonable, right? Because you are investing on you. So you look for something reasonable. You got one there for £600, that is very reasonable. Another one there for £700. You've got that for £1,083, and so on and so forth. See, you've got all these properties here. But perhaps you want to take something that you can do a little bit work on. Perhaps this one here, semi-detached. It's got a parking, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, which is really good and ideal for family. Look at the property here. It looks amazing. So if you look at that now, you see, so you can get this sort of properties, right? So what you could do, that you can rent this property on a long-term basis by guaranteeing the rents to the landlord. Okay, so now we know we can get that property. But before you do that, look where the property is at. The property is very close to train stations, obviously, very, very good. And it's in Newcastle. Newcastle is one of a tourist destination, or a destination for anybody who wants to spend a weekend or things like that. So we know that will cost us about £800. So what we now do, we're gonna go here. So obviously, in most cases, if you're renting the property, you would have to pay the deposit as well. So let's say rent and deposit. Rent and deposit. So we have £800. So we times that by 2. So we have £1,600 to rent the property, and then obviously pay the deposit, because obviously we are going to do the property as an Airbnb. We call it service accommodation in the investment world. You want to set the property up. You want to make it look nice, appealing, and someone wants to live in the property, where you want to buy maybe beds, sofa beds, dining tables, decorations, and all that sort of thing to make the property looks and speak really, really beautiful, and a property that you love to live in at any time during the year. You make it really nice and appealing. So that in essence would cost you about, let's say, refurnishing, forgive my spelling, refurnishing, that would cost us about, let's say, we're going really nice here, okay? Let's say we're going really, really nice. That would cost us about, let's say, £3,000. Okay, that would cost us about £3,000. Actually, it will cost you less than that, right? Because that house looks like it's already even furnished, partly furnished. Let's say that will cost us about, let's say £1,500, okay? £1,500, that's what we've put there. And let's now say, because we just got the property, we may not get guests coming in straight away. Let's say we may pay the landlord an extra month to get the property going. That then takes us to another £800 to pay to the landlord. So in essence, our initial investment is this. Is basically that amount there. So our initial investment is £3,900. Hello? £3,900. That's what you need to start your investment journey, versus £7,222.92. This is just tip of an iceberg. Suppose now we have acquired the property, we've set it up. Let's see how much rental income this property will generate us. Let's do rental income here. Okay, so now we're gonna go in, as we did looking for apartment, looking for accommodation when we wanted to go on holiday. So in this time, we're gonna look and see how much properties like our 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom is renting for on a nightly basis in Newcastle. So what we're now going to do, first of all, we're gonna copy the name of the road where we're going. Copy that. Okay, so once we've copied that, we go to booking.com, right? Again, we do the same thing we did when we're looking for our hotel. So you paste that there, that destination comes in. Actually, let's take the same date, not the whole date. Let's just take one night from the night we've already chose from going on holiday to Spain. So we're gonna do 26th of July to say 27. Let's just say one night. And we have 2 adults, and then obviously we need 2 rooms, and we have 2 children. And again, we said we have 4-year-old, and obviously we have 6 years old. So we done that, and then we hit search. So once we've hit search, then obviously we've got results here. So what we want to do, we're looking for properties similar to our property. Okay, so we've got a 2-bedroom here. That's not the type of property we have. We're looking for a 3-bedroom house. You can see here, that one is going for £246. Okay, that one is going for £727. That's crazy. £200, that's a hotel, but actually let's just filter it so we can only see our type of properties. So now we've got one here, 2-bedroom, we've already looked at that, 2-bedroom there, 3-bedroom going for £332. Hello, that is just for one night. And this is what we call the peak time, right? So moving on, you can see one there for £250. We have another one here for £490. We have another one here for £500, so on and so forth. So we know we are able to rent our property for at least £332. But here's the thing, I'm not going to analyze it even at that price. Let's say we're only able to rent that property for £250 per night. Okay, so obviously we have 30 days per night. So we're going to say 30 times 250. That gives us how much? That gives us £7,500 per month. So obviously we're not going to rent that property for 30 nights, but what we're going to do, we're going to say we only maybe rented that property, let's say 70% of the month, right? Let's say we rented only, actually I'm going to go even worse. Let's say we only rent it 60% of the time. Okay, let's say we rent it only 60% of the time. Okay, let's put 60% there. So we're making £4,500. Okay, let's say now obviously we have our expenses to pay for, keeping up the property and cleaning it and all that sort of thing. Yeah, so we have all that thing to pay here. Let's now look at it this way. Let's say then out of our 4,500, let's say 25%, no, I'm going to go worse again. Let's say 30% of that expense of that 4,500 is going towards the upkeep of the property, i.e. cleaning, decorating it, bills, and also looking at electricity and all this sort of thing that will keep that property going. Okay, so let's say this now. So you times that by 30%. Okay, times that by 30%. That then gives us 1,350 on expenses. So now, looking at the net profit, we're gonna do net profit here would be the sum of these two amounts here. Okay, that then gives us £3,150 per month. Again, this is worst case scenario. Okay, I'm even going to make it worse and worse and worse and worse so you can get the understanding of what I'm trying to say. Let's say now that property did not rent for 60% of the time, right? Let's say it did not rent for 60% of the time. Let's say it rented only 50% of the time. Actually, we're going to even make it worse. Let's say it rented for only 40% of the month. Let's say now, basically, we've got that 900 that we would pay for all the expenses. And also we need to include the landlord's rent just to make it even better. So we know we're paying the landlord £800. So you add the £800 there. So that property at worst case scenario generates you £1,300 per calendar month in average. Here's the big deal. That same amount of money, less than that amount you'd have spent here, generates you about £1,300 a month. Suppose now, you know here, you can nearly get 2 of these properties, isn't it? So all you need to add basically here is another, let's say £1,000. Okay, let's say worst case scenario, £8,000. £8,000 can get you 2 of these properties. So if you were to get 2 of these properties, now, if you times that by 2 of these properties, you're talking about £2,600 every calendar month. Here's what you're going to do. Use that proceed to then pay for your holiday. You use the profit you make here to pay for your holiday instead of doing it the other way around. Is this making sense? If it's making sense, comment on this video. If this has resonated with you, if this has literally made you think about going on holiday in a different way, I would like you to comment, because we need to make that mission and a vision to make our people become financially free through investing in property. So look at that. So the same amount will get you 2 of these properties that will generate you £2,600 per calendar month. Hello? What would £2,600 per calendar month do to you. Some of us, this is our financial freedom figure. We can double down in property and start making serious return on investment. If any of these resonate with you, there's a link on the description below where you can book a free one-to-one consultation with one of my specialists to learn how we can help you invest in properties, to make, manage and multiply income in a way that your income pays for your holidays instead of you taking loans or using your active income to go on holiday. Most importantly, I really hope this video has shiny light and get you to think about going on holiday the next time and get you to think on how you could make money work for you instead of you working for it, and use the profit from your investment to fund your holiday, which is more efficient, more sustainable, and you'll be doing it without worrying about it. You'll be doing it without having a pain, without maybe having an argument in your relationship and all that sort of thing. I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, smash the like button below, subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos. I look forward to sharing the next one. Thank you.